Sebelum Anda masuk ke video saya, ada baiknya Anda like dan subscribe dulu. Saya beri waktu 5 detik. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Remains going into game number 5 here on day number 1. When will the sleeping giants of the West awaken? Will it be today, or will we have to wait till tomorrow?
I thought that Finland had a good chance that game. The circle was somewhat in their favor to start out with. It ended up near Pubg, but it just seems like they're in disarray right now. They can't seem to get on the same page, make rotations safely. They're constantly getting caught out in transition. So right now, the team that I thought was maybe the favorite from the West is really struggling.
Well, we're going to have to see what work some of these teams can do as we have another very, very unforgiving plane here, this time going from the center of the South all the way off to the West. Any of our teams that loot over in the East, the Northeast, are going to be in some trouble here. But, you know, we saw a little bit of early action last game, not so much in game number 3. We'll have to see how Erangel treats us today.
Yeah, maybe around the school Pachinki-Razak area early on, just because it is so long to get to those congested areas where there are going to be some teams. Maybe we might see a little early action there. Well, it kind of all depends, but over on this side, this is the last team to win a game here. It's Thailand, and they're just going to set up down here, but
Ernesta's going to get it first, and Minero's going to have to run for it. I don't know if he's going to be much long for this world. Can he juke him out? Yes, he can for right now. Ernesta, will he stick around and wait? That is 1 point that you desperately want right here. Minero, though, he's got jukes. He's got jukes all day.
Ernesta is going to get out of the vehicle because he's got a shotgun here. Now Minero's in a lot of trouble, and he does get knocked, but in fact, it's Rybox with the Bison.
That's going to do it for Minero, though, and Thailand, you know, having a great game, getting that win in game number 4. Going to be starting off with 3 as we see our circle again going over to the West. We could have the same late game circles for 3 games in a row here on Erangel. The east side of the island getting absolutely no love.
And definitely we got to talk about some of the new drop locations going on here. Canada has moved over into the Gatka area. China has gone way north. Brazil has decided to go into the crates of South George. So all of a sudden, Georgia Pole has gotten a lot more congested because of this plane path.
Also see Chinese Taipei down there with Germany just on the eastern bridge. We see they're going to go ahead and just get into that boat, try to make that really long rotation. That is bad news bears for Chinese Taipei. Hopefully they're just going to maybe move a little bit over to the east there and maybe loot up in Milta.
Yeah, it looks like they're de-embarking in Milta Beach there. This is the #1 team right now, only by 3 points. Vietnam nipping at their heels right now, but Korea getting consistent top 5 finishes here recently has put them in a strong position, as well on the back of this guy, Pio, who is just going crazy today.
But look at that difference between 1st and 5th. If you are going to start making a move here, trying to make a run for 1st at this tournament, you're going to have to start making moves now, as it is Korea. The top of the leaderboard is already over 40 points here. You can see China in 5th, only 26.
Yeah, you know, China, 26, it's like 5th place. You're probably feeling pretty good, but that's a pretty decent gap there. Almost 20 points, you know, a solid chicken dinner and quite a few kills between them and Korea and Vietnam. So right now, this has been an Asia-heavy tournament, and the Western teams, I'm really looking at them to start stepping it up here. They've had some opportunities, but other than Russia winning game number 3, it's been kind of a rough day for them. And Germany won game number 1.
And Australia.
And Australia.
We'll give it to Australia a little bit, but hey, consistency is key, right? You can get those wins, but if you finish off in 16th, 15th, 13th, anywhere in the bottom half of the leaderboard and all the rest of the games, it doesn't really matter. As we see, Loki has spotted out Drassel from Canada. They're going to have to rearrange their rotation path here. Shouldn't find anything just yet. But Drassel gets out of the vehicle. It's smoking. He's going to juke him. Loki still has him in sight, but it looks like Drassel should be able to survive for now. Oh, no. Just gets behind the tree as Loki is trigger is on point right now.
Loki doing some nice work with that Mini 14, and now he's called in the reinforcements. Aqua 5 setting up on the hill here with that SKS, but K-Mine now backing Loki off, making him go behind that door to keep Drassel alive.
That's what we want to see from the Canadian boys. A little bit of return fire. Don't just take those shots and run. Try to see if you can turn something around here, as Aqua 5 is going to go ahead and join up with Loki. Canada, and after they have recovered Drassel, is going to continue their rotation path just to the south of Everest.
And this is nice for Korea for two reasons. One, obviously, it gives them support to help Loki in case someone tries to crash into this position now that he's made his presence known. Also, it puts them a little bit more center circle. I mean, they're already pretty center circle, but this gives them a little bit more coverage and gives them that 2-2 split they kind of like to do.
Yeah, this is also a nice little 2-2 for Canada. We see Maluk and K-Mind be holding down, or I'm sorry, Maluk and Moody rather, be holding down one compound, Drassel and K-Mind in the other, checking on the boys from the USA, coming in on the southeastern part of this circle after looting up on the western edge of Military Island. Again, Russia just right on top of them. Oh no, Finland! The troubles continue as Silzen's gonna take some shots at Jemti.
Yeah, Jemti took some damage in that US crossing across the field, and now they're looking to get over into the mountain that's west of them here. And you know, Argentina's doing this 2-2 split once again that we've seen work out pretty well. Now, they got a little too aggressive in that last round, ended up going out in fourth because they wanted to go center circle, but there was just too much congestion already in there.
Love the aggression from the Argentina squad. Want to see them tighten it up just a little bit come late game. We see Russia continuing their rotation, not really stopping for anything here, even though they had a couple of teams on their tail. Great Britain, United Kingdom rather, coming out of Milta. See, they've got another team just in front of them in Chinese Taipei after they finished up looting. And off to the west here, you have Germany, still not in vehicles. They're taking their time.
Yeah, and this could be interesting. A situation is unfolding here. Turkey is making a really long rotation across Sosnovka Island, heading to the east side, but Brexco is over there. Now, he has started moving, so there won't be a bridge camp, it looks like, but there was a potential there for a minute that could have happened.
Yeah, Turkey forced into a different looting location because of that plane coming in a little bit late. Obviously, maybe I think they realized once they saw that circle, they didn't want to have to deal with that western bridge, opting instead to go east. Germany, it looks like they are hopping in vehicles now. Looks like Turkey should be fine, though. Great Britain, or rather United Kingdom, still pushing forward. Chinese Taipei looks like Milkman has stopped here, but haven't seen any shots come out just yet. But these guys, it looks like they're just going to take their time getting into the circle. No big fights coming out. Nobody wants to fight it out in blue here.
Yeah, there's a few skirmishes breaking out around Everest right now. Germany heading across the southern part. You can see Milk here looking at the UK team passing through. Not really able to line up many shots there. Leo's pulling up as well, but it looks like the members of UK will get through relatively unscathed. Reels goes by, and there's some interesting rotations going on outside of here. You've got Thailand going way north into North Georgia pole, and then, okay, so now Taipei might be setting up a pick here. You can see Miraku might be aware of it. He's driving off a little bit.
You can see these teams are starting to learn a little bit. 2 games on Erangel, both have gone south. You can only see maybe 2 teams north of the river right now on this circle. United States posted up, Zampa on that high ground, seeing what he can find.
Yeah, the U.S. is below Japan. Japan playing the spoiler for them last round. So Baha Waka trying to land some shots with that Kar 98, trying to get some revenge on the Japanese team for getting blown out in the last round.
And Baha Waka we've seen having a little bit of trouble landing some long-range shots with the SLRs earlier. So now maybe switching over to that Kar 98 might switch things up for him. Check in on a beautiful death. Good work here by the Turkish squad. Very disciplined, stopping, making sure that they scout out where they want to go before they go there. There's no pressure, no need to rush. Just make sure that where you want to go is clear. We see our circle 2 is about to pop. Where are we heading?
We are going...
Once again, let's go.
Let's just go west. We're going all the way west this time, centered kind of around the hospital area. So will this be another field finish? The one that's to the west of Everest. You could already see a lot of teams wanting to take up positions in the center of this circle. Finland on the move here, possibly towards South Korea.
Yeah, we can see Australia this time has taken the spot from Korea on the top of Everest. They're staying 4 strong. Finland getting shot from every single direction right here. But it looks like Korea's going to go ahead and get into vehicles. No, look, Aqua 5 and Loki still trying to send some shots that way. They're just kind of more being a pain than anything right now.
Yeah, Finland is in a really difficult position now. They have spread out all the way across this field here. You've got Genti, and I believe it's not his brother, it's Mexi. Okay, now they're trying to move,
no.
but they get shot in transition.
What a shot from Depp is going to pick out Genti out of the vehicle, and now Tizku's going to find Silzen as Finland has decided to take the radio tower. Argentina trying to push in there late, but unfortunately it was just too late. Rybak's already very, very low, and he is all by himself. As you can see, the rest of the squad is still left in Gatka.
Yeah, you've got the Argentina team kind of moving up on here, and there is a big grenade there, but it doesn't do too much damage onto Samti there, but you've got the USA shooting into their rear flank.
Yeah, Finland opting for this very strong radio tower position, but right now it's just causing them nothing but problems as they are getting shot at from every single direction. USA still holding down. They have nobody really around them, nobody really pressuring them, so they can afford to spend this time just sending shots and seeing what they can land.
Yeah, there's nobody over there where the USA is, so they've got all the time in the world. And a fascinating rotation here from the Thailand team. They went into North George, found a boat, and now they're going to try to make this work, finding somewhere on this western coast to land.
It's kind of interesting. They got two out in the boat, and of course there's a crate right there, as you can see on your mini-map, but they've left Duckmans behind on the shores of North Georgia Pole here. I'm not sure if he's got a vehicle, a boat or not, but he is all by himself here as we check in on crates. United Kingdom still inside, spread out very far here. Vietnam, though, looks like they're taking shots. Reels has spotted out Basil.
Yeah, we'll see if a fight breaks out here in the crates between the UK and Vietnam. You can see Turkey's rotating up here on the northeastern part. Duckman's up on your top left is waiting. We'll see if he opts to put any shots into Chinese Taipei as they looks like they're going to push through and go across that western bridge.
Turkey being very methodical here as they make their way in from that northern side, stopping, making sure they scout. Vietnam going to crash into this building unoccupied as of right now. We check in on the Brazilian squad holding down their warehouses. They're going to spot the Vietnamese team pushing in, send a few shots their way. Nothing finding their home just yet.
Yeah, Vietnam is split up into a 2-2 split here.
No.
And there's Duckman. He doesn't want any part of any of this right now. Not exactly sure what happened, if this was the plan for Thailand to do this 3-1 split and leave Duckmans behind to get information on teams that are coming across that western bridge, or if this might have just been an accident, something happened where they couldn't get him in time, or I don't know. But I feel like they had enough time.
Yeah, this is an odd situation that they find themselves in for sure. But if we know anything about Duckmans, it's that he can operate as a solo. As we see the circle has shifted to the east, we're going up on Everest.
Yep, this one looks like we could have a mountainous finish. We will see exactly how this one will play out. Already you can see Germany making a bit of a rotation. Here comes Turkey as well across the eastern Georgia Pole Bridge, but there's a lot of teams over in that area.
United Kingdom, Michael taking a few shots at a passing 6-mo. They're going to land a couple, but nothing too serious as Turkey has found another unoccupied compound. This is a very strong spot here on the northeastern side of this circle, but it is just on the inside of the circle. They're going to have to most likely move here eventually.
Yeah, the problem with these teams that are on the northern edge of the circle right now is it can be quite challenging to rotate if the circle heads south, getting through that open area that's exposed coming to Everest. You can see Shinobi getting a little bit of damage onto the Thai team here. Looks like Japan, they're kind of way out on the western edge here, but they've got Thailand over there. Duckman's now looks like he might be thinking about making a move, and you've got the other members of Thailand already on the western side.
Yeah, looks like Japan was unsure maybe of how many Thai players were there. Sampi's going to get taken out by K-Mind here, at least knocked. Looks like the U.S. has taken over that radio tower position that was previously occupied by Finland. Meanwhile, Canada going to get they're going to get the flush on Sampi here as well.
Yeah, Samti looks like he will go down. The other two members of Finland might have found themselves a crate. I could see it's really close to them. Now Japan, Depp has been knocked here by the Chinese team, it looks like, as they are now kind of pinched between Thailand and China.
Oh, you could see Matt 90. It looks like he wants to push this. He knows he got that knock, but no, they're keeping him back. They're holding the chain back on the leash of the mad dog from China. He doesn't want to push out there. K-Mine, the Finland struggles keep continuing as K-Mine has spotted him out. Moody is going to take out Tisku, and that's going to be it for Finland, going out in 16th place. This was a team that was favored to win the entire tournament, and they have just been having a day to forget.
It just looks like they're completely out of sorts. They can't find any way to make their rotation successfully. Everywhere they go, they find trouble. Now, jumping back over to China, trying to put some more damage in Japan. Sez is moving into the circle into the western part of South George here, and you've got Chinese Taipei as well setting up.
Oh, this is good set up to be a crazy fight here. Duckman, you can see him trying to make his way over as we have Thailand, Chinese Taipei, Japan, China, all on top of each other here. Duckman's gonna make it in. And we have a lot of action going on here in South George. There's a Japanese team trying to make it in. Duckman's not even bothering to stop to heal before sending those shots out.
And I love the aggression here from Duckman's. Play to your strengths, and that is what he is doing. We are going to find out where this next circle will go, and it is right over the mountain.
Australia is sitting fantastically right now. You gotta imagine that they have vision over everything. You can gain so much information. The only issue is, can you get those knocks? Can you get the flushes on any of those knocks that you get? So, you know, we talked about it earlier in game one, whenever Germany had the compound and ended up with only getting 5 kills. This could be a situation like that for Australia if they're not careful.
Right, exactly. But sometimes you just gotta take what you are given. Now, the USA team, rotating across the western flank of Korea, put a few shots in there. Didn't look like much happened. In the meantime, Duckman has been knocked here for Thailand, and you can see Aqua 5 making a bit of a rotation himself, but Godvi is up there from China. Mad gets a kill onto Leo in the background.
This is an aggressive push coming out from Korea. Godvi has the grenade on point. Duckman's taking out himself, and that's going to be a great grenade. Doesn't manage to get the down, though, and Enonix is going to finish off Godvi. That's going to be another point going over to Korea.
Aqua 5 getting things done here, acting as the point for Korea, and they get a nice kill onto the Chinese team. Took a bit of damage in the process. Now we've got Thailand rolling up on the USA. There's some other teams shooting into them as well, potentially Korea there. Now they'll have to try to breach that compound, but Wawawaka way out there.
What is this rotation? They had no vision on this whatsoever, and they run right into China. That's going to be 2 going down for Team USA. Sharky trying to stay alive. He's going to get taken out. Zampa now the only one left alive. Can he stay alive for a little bit longer? Oh, it looks like he's just found his way into the dip.
A nice rip and flush there from Aqua 5. Now we got Tanawak from Thailand trying to get some damage into Enonix. Enonix able to evade disaster there a little bit, trying to regroup, possibly heading up with Aqua 5 while Pio provides cover fire.
Oh, Shippy is taken so low. You can already see we are down to just 1 player left for Thailand as they try to make their way up, and Pio is going to get the down, or the flush onto Tanawat. Shippy is still going to try to stay alive, but he is dead to rights right now from the Korean squad.
And now it is Japan versus China here. Summer trying to get the angle onto Depp. Shinobi goes down from the grenade from December 12th. Summer trying to move up the hill onto the right, and Gaba has to lay down and start to heal. They're out in the blue. What a nice shot from Summer.
Big news for Korea as they managed to take out a team that was fighting for that top spot. Summer has the angle. What a shot from Gaba as he is going to come out on top of that 1v1. He is staying alive for the Japanese squad for now, but no, Andy FPS from Brazil is going to get the flush.
All right, Enonix now looking to gatekeep December 12th. Who it just decides to go down to the circle there. That will be China eliminated in 13th place.
South Korea with 5 kills so far. They have a great spot on this hillside. They can work so many angles. Their south side is clear. You see Zampa trying to stay alive for just a little bit longer for this United States squad. They need to get some placement points here.
Yeah, Zampa's going to have to play the sneaky snake role here for the U.S. We've seen some moments from him today, but you can see Pio, I think, is pretty well aware that Zampa's down there. That burning car kind of gives it away.
Yeah, it's kind of like a highlighter right there. As we see Zampa gets taken low, the circle. Australia feeling great right now, but you gotta wonder, you gotta worry about the split for right now. You see Russia is up on top of that peak as well. You don't see any of those Australian triangles looking over in that direction. They might not have had line of sight.
Yeah, it's going to come down here to whichever one of these two can hold out the longest with these inevitable pushes that are going to come through. Pio trying to take some shots, but he's taking some damage himself there as Brazil makes their rotation into the western edge of the circle.
And here we go. K-Mine has gotten the down onto Loki. Can he get the flush? It looks like he might be able to. Loki very separated from the rest of the squad here. And yeah, he's going to get taken pretty low. Senya is going to take out Udiame Fires. We see the Brazilian team trying to make a mad dash to the base of the mountain on the north side. They are under all types of pressure.
That is such an aggressive rotation here from Brazil, but they're able to make it work. Loki will surely go down. Onyx thought about going to try to res him, but they called him off. Now it looks like Onyx is just going to set up on the southern flank here. Michael making his way in for the UK, but taking a ton of damage, and he gets blown up.
And that's going to be 2 going down for United Kingdom. Turkey going to pick up both of those as Iroh is going to increase his kill count. Reels now trying to make a run as well. He's going to run himself right into this Brazilian squad, though.
It looks like he almost took the exact same path, but the good news for him was Vietnam rolled up here onto Iroh. Reels getting a knock and a flush onto RDNX there. K-Mind has knocked Aqua 5 from Korea. Now Brazil is taking a lot of damage as the grenades rain in here from the UK.
Trassel's going to get the down on Onyx as well as Brazil is taking all types of fire here. But it looks like Reel's still sending grenades that way. I'm not sure if these might be coming from Russia as well, as now Reels gets taken out by a doozy.
Pio, the last member standing here from Korea. I love this play from Canada, being really aggressive on the back end of that knock onto Loki, and then they get 2 more for it. It looks like Milk, though, is going to steal the kill onto Onyx. Pio getting the knock onto Milk, though, isn't able to finish it off. Pio trying to make something out of this situation.
He might be a solo player, but that doesn't mean he's going to be quietly snaking into that good night, as he's going to take some shots from the top of the hill, and a doozy is going to get the down onto Pio. South Korea going out in 11th place.
Yeah, definitely not what they wanted there, but a great push by Canada to knock Korea out there. And you can see this is looking really good here for Russia. They have a great position, and in fact, one of the members of Australia was knocked while this was going on.
Yeah, Russia feeling pretty good, Australia feeling pretty good. Keep eyes on Vietnam, though. They still have 3 up. Turkey's coming right on top of them, though, and they are in 2nd place currently in the standings. They could jump South Korea here with a good performance.
Ooh, a beautiful death, a little bit exposed in this position here. Turkey trying to put the heat onto Vietnam. That will be 1 confirmed kill. Another member going down here for Vietnam. Turkey looking really strong in this fight.
Oh, Turkey is making absolute work of Vietnam right now. They are proving that they want to be recognized as a powerhouse in the European scene. Iroh making some great shots here. Sapu, the last one up for Vietnam. Turkey moving as a solid unit.
Yeah, it looks like that might be the end of the day here for Vietnam. We will see. You can see Germany's trying to push up onto Australia's eastern flank. You got Kate coming up the hill here, but 4 members strong for Australia, and I think they're pretty well aware of what's going on. Yes, in fact, one of the members of Germany does end up getting confirmed killed.
Kane, you can see the rest of his squad got flushed out here behind him by the Aussies. Kane trying to see if he can stay alive. He saw that head peeking over the ridge here, not being able to take the shots just yet. I'm not sure if the Aussies saw him. Now we check in with the Russians. Uba sending the grenades down onto the Canadian squad, not finding a home just yet.
Well, for all that hard work Canada did taking out Korea, they have a literal uphill battle in front of them, as they're going to have to try to potentially knock Russia out of this position to try to get themselves the victory here. Somehow Vietnam still in this. Sapu gets a knock here onto Merritt. He is still kicking and fighting.
Sapu trying to make the courageous play for Vietnam. They have 1 kill so far. Remember, South Korea already out. They were in 1st place, but they did go out with, I believe, 5 or 6 kills. So Vietnam needs to have something happen here with Sapu. If they can maybe get some more placements, maybe get another couple of kills. But let's check in with Canada, as they have started to push up onto Russia.
Canada getting aggressive. They got 1 knock, and they get another knock with a nice grenade from Moody. Uba has to lay down here. Kemba is bleeding out rather quick. Uba waiting for those footsteps, trying to see if he can catch a member of Canada coming over the hill.
Uba gets spotted out, and he's going to go down to Moody. Great shots coming from the captain of the Canadian squad as they make their way up the side of the mountain. And this is the aggressive push we've been waiting to see from these Western squads.
Great stuff here from Canada already. 2 members of Russia down. It might be a third getting knocked here. A doozy is very low, throws a grenade, trying to get something going because now Australia, Luke has moved up to take advantage of this.
Here's the aggressive play that Luke has become known for here as Australians going to pinch the Russians in between them and Canada. Meanwhile, Sixmo, Turkey still making their way over the top. Brazil is down to just 1 player, Andy FPS, and he is very, very low health. And look at the aggression coming out from Turkey.
Turkey trying to find a way to push up this hill. Australia rotating to try to block them, to try to prevent them from encroaching on their position. It looks like for now, though, they're going to back off just a little bit, try to heal up. And Andy FPS, he's just trying to play the sneaky stick. He is waiting here, trying to see if he can pick up a free kill onto Turkey as they take damage from Australia.
Chris gets spotted out. That's going to be Germany going out in 7th place. I don't know if anybody else saw this on the minimap, but Canada just picked up 2 crates for themselves. That is level 3 gear going their way. Andy FPS is making a hero play here for Brazil. Sixmo going out, but Mert is going to come up behind him. That's going to be Turkey with 6 kills. Iro and Mert, what can they do here as a duo trying to stay alive?
Yeah, that will be Brazil going down in 6th place. The kill is confirmed from Luke from forever ago on a doozy here, and now they are in solid control of the top part of this hill. There's only 1 member left for Russia, but the western edge is entirely Canada's. But hey, Zoid just got a knock onto K-Mind.
Australia still has that high ground to work with. They have 5 kills to their name so far, doing pretty well for themselves considering that they've kind of had that circle. And then, you know, as we were talking about earlier, they've spotted out Iro, not managing to get the down on him just yet. Luke 12 going to be sending shots back at Canada.
What an angle Luke has onto the members of Canada. K-Mind still down for them. Looks like Maluk is going to go for the res here. Let's see if they can get it up, but Luke gets confirmed and flushed here by Saya.
Senya with a great play here for Russia, staying alive and managing to cause problems for the Aussie squad. Meanwhile, Argentina has managed to stay alive as well, pushed out from the compound that they were previously occupied, made it all the way to the southern side of this hill. Canada still 4 strong. Aussie 3 up. They've taken the shots down at Turkey. There's no line of sight. Turkey playing this so well.
Yeah, Turkey doing a really good job here surviving so far. Senya as well doing a nice job for Russia, keeping himself up and running. But Australia now going to be pushing in because of this circle. Let's see if they can find an angle onto Turkey or Russia, or if maybe the vice versa might happen there.
All right, let's check this circle. Where are we going to go? Dead center. Fortunate for Turkey, they can find a way to just keep breaking this line of sight, stay alive, keep themselves out of Australia's crosshairs. Canada, meanwhile, on the western edge has 4 up. They have the entire western side to work with, really. I don't know if they're aware that Argentina is just below them, though.
Well, we'll see. Like you said, they did get a lot of utility from those crates. I saw the M249 in the hands of a member of Canada. Zoid trying to get the rip onto Iro. Some damage coming through. Now launching this grenade. Let's see if he can get this to connect.
It's the last grenade he had in his pocket. They are going to find Mert. He's going to go down. Iro just kind of hiding behind this tree as long as possible. I don't think he is going to be much longer for this world. Aussie has nothing else pressuring them besides this. They can just afford to stay here and wait until Iro has to push from behind this tree.
Exactly. The circle is closing him in now. He might opt to just hang out behind this tree, try to get a res off or a grenade or something, but he does end up going down to the circle, and Turkey is out in 5th place.
And Australia keeping an eye on that kill feed, knowing that Iro was that last player. So they immediately turn and try to go and get their high ground back here. Meanwhile, Argentina has managed to make their way up on the south side of the mountain here. Canada, as we said, still 4 strong. It looks like they may have spotted out a few of the Argentine players, though.
Yeah, you can see Moody's checking out that right-hand flank there. Rybok's trying to get a grenade to land. Looks like it'll bounce past. Doesn't really do much damage there as they continue to try to work their way up this hill, but there goes Russia. Zoid finishes them off.
Senya staying alive for so long there, managing to eke out 4th place there for the Russian team. While we see Argentina utility, as we've been going back and forth between these players, you can see very low on the frag grenades at this point. Smoke's still majorly in play. K-Mine holding on to 3 grenades in his pocket, though. This could be make a big difference here, but it's so hard to play these frag grenades on this terrain.
K-Mine got the information on where Australia is, not opting to go for that grenade just yet. Takes a little bit of damage from a headshot from Zoid there. The other members of Australia trying to push up here. Amali comes out on their left-hand side from, it looks like Argentina.
We're looking at the mini-map right now. Canada is probably the closest to the center of the circle, but they have, I mean, you can see the lines of sight that they're having to work with here. All it's going to take is that first knock.
I think this is really smart by Argentina. If you can push Australia over, you can either force them into Canada or take maybe an advantageous fight. Look, they're all kind of grouped up right now. Is Australia, if somebody can get a grenade in there, it could be disaster.
Moody has the bullet hose just ready to go, waiting to see what he can spot. Here come all the smokes. This is all the utility that everybody has left over. No Molotovs are to be found here. I know that Canada has a few grenades. Argentina trying to find some angle to take on Australia here. They're going to get the down on a Vasily. That's another one on the inside. Pome making moves for Argentina here.
And Australia gets taken down in third place. What a push, but what a grenade from K-Mine. Canada now 4 strong, looking to see if they can finish this out. There are only 2 standing here for Argentina.
They learned their lesson from the last game. They got the double down. They waited too long to push onto it. This time they are not waiting at all as they get the flush onto Pome. It's down to a 4v2. Maluk is going to spot out Rybox, and that's going to be him going down. It's all down to just, Nesta is going to be taken out. Rybox is down low. He's going to go down. Canada with the 9-kill win.
A huge game here for Canada. So well played by them, top to bottom. They controlled the western edge of that circle so well, knocking out the top team in the tournament.